Hey guys, it's me, Alan GD for life. Don't really care how many people joins me or whatever. I'm just doing a little breakdown of the playoff seedings. Recently found out. I posted the Catawba Valley uh process and noticed a few changes on the way. I had Maiden possibly fallen to an at-large team, and that is not the case. Um, I just read. Well, I was talking to the athletic director, my good friend Derek Reeves, and I was like, "If y'all beat Pat and they're drawing tomorrow, don't y'all go to a two seed?" He said, "No, we're going to be in at-large," and I was like, wait, don't the conference tournament champion get the number two seed unless the regular season or, the number two seed wins it? He said, no, we get in at large. We're in the playoffs. If we win, we're going to be regardless if we win or lose tomorrow. I was like, do what? I was like, let me talk to my buddy Chris Hobbs over at Hobbs Daily Report. So, before because he wasn't available on Facebook, I went on the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. This is how it's changed. Okay? If you win, okay, one through four gets one automatic berth. I don't know many one through four automatic berths. You get one automatic berth. Then, if you're five through eight, I believe you get two. Nine or more, you get three. And the closest one I think is Salisbury's conference in the 2A. So, okay. But this is how the rule has changed a little bit. And I'm getting text messages from Maiden fans asking what their seeding's going to be. Maiden will be 11. They're not going to fall that far. They lost to Newton Conover tonight, but like I said, I thought they would go to an at-large and Newton Conover would beat East Lincoln. Okay, but this is how it goes. Number one seeds get ranked number one. Number two seeds get number two. And your number three seeds. This is where it's changed, and I'm trying to figure out why we're having these conference tournaments. And why we're doing these conference tournaments. I mean, they rush and daggum get these tournaments ready during bad weather and everything, and, playing 3 straight days. I mean, you're playing for a conference tournament championship, and the last team for a couple, most of these teams, are not really going to be playing for their lives, because most likely, the 1 or 2 seed's going to wind up winning the whole thing, or the team that's going to be in. I'm just trying to figure out why they're having conference tournaments if they're going to do it this way. I mean, it's the state for you. Tournaments are basically not even worth playing anymore. I mean, back in the past, if you was the number 2 seed, you wanted to win your conference tournament or the number 1 seed, because then you'd get to host your first round playoff game mostly with these, 1 through 32 brackets. But this is how the rule has changed. Getting into the beat of the video, this is how it goes. Okay, if you're 500 or above, you get your number 1, 2, or 3. If you're below 500 and if you finish 1 or 2 in your classification, you'll be seated at large. Like, football, which I think is a good rule. But if you win your conference tournament, you just get a seed and at large, unless you finished 1 or 2 in your conference. You cannot leapfrog anymore like you used to be. So basically, I was trying to figure out why Lincolnton and Bandy's would have to play a game if Bandy's would have lost tonight. And let's just say East Lincoln would have won the tournament. I thought, hey, Bandy's or Lincoln could have been out because they'd be a number 3. No, it would not. Bandy's or Lincoln would have got the number 2 seed. If East Lincoln would have won the conference tournament, they would have been an at-large. So, for Newton Conover, if they win tomorrow night, they will not get seeded a number 2. They will not get seeded above Maiden. Maiden will be your number 1 and number 2 in the South Fork 2A boys. But again, why play these conference tournaments if they're not for a automatic home game, basically, if you're going to do these tournaments? I mean, I know you got these ties and everything like that, but what I'm trying to figure out, if it's only for 6 through 8 or 4 through 8 to just get into the playoffs, another way to get in the playoffs, I know you're getting a trophy and everything, but conference tournaments right now, to me, should not even be played if they're going to do the seeding this way. I mean, I thought the football was broken with these max preps. This is even worse. As an analyst like me and people, I'm trying to tell, like, hey, we need to win this conference tournament to make sure. Well, you tell these coaches, like, hey, you need to win these conference tournaments to make sure you're in the playoffs. But if you're a 1 or 2 seed, you can, like, hey, we can sit back. Like Maiden tonight. If Maiden would have known this, I mean, I don't know. I know Coach Anderson, and he wants to win every game, but, you know, they're busting their tail off trying to win a conference tournament, and they're going to be a 2 seed regardless because they're in the top 10 in the Max Preps rankings, and you got teams busting their tail in thinking they're going to get a home game, and they're not. The number 1s and 2s. I mean, if you finish 1st or 2nd right now in your regular season, you get seeded 1 and 2 now. Your tournament champions get the at-large bid, but how many seeds, what I'm trying to figure out is how many seeds are actually going to actually make it for these tournament champions. I mean, I know you got these tiebreakers and everything like that. A lot of teams do finish in ties. But what I'm trying to figure out is why you play a conference tournament if basically the meaning of having that automatic berth in that home game to play for is not there anymore. I mean, that's what I'm trying to figure out with the state. Like I said, if I would have known this, I mean, if most of these people would know the seeding process, they would be applaud by the way it's set up now. And to me, this is going to have to change at the next board meeting. Get it back to where it used to be. The conference tournament gets the number 2 seed, the automatic berth, where they can at least have a home game to appreciate they won the tournament. But now you change it and basically they're left out in the cold. You don't get your home game anymore. You got to travel. But this is just a quick video, and just to break it down how these tournament process is worked. Like I said, if you're just joining me, I know we have one person on the video. I'm going to share it in just a moment, but you can pause to first. Okay, this is how it goes. Number ones, number twos, number threes, and at large, and tournament champions. Unless regular season, then you just get large. It just takes the way at large. So basically, these playoff projections, after you know these tiebreakers, everybody knows the playoffs. This is Alan JD for Carolina Varsity, signing